Yeah, what's happening, people? We're back. 12th man is back. Arsenal transfer news is back. And we are being told that tomorrow is the day. The 1st of July is tomorrow. And that means that we should be getting some deals announced. It looks like the majority of the deals that we're going to announce have pretty much already been done. But for whatever reason, we can't announce it until the 1st of July. So there we go. Trust me, tomorrow people will start to question what is going on if we still have not announced anything at all. Or if we get to this time next week and anything is still a little bit quiet, everyone will be, what's happening here to the Arsenal? But what I will say is this. I do feel like there will be some business within the next week. And, well, there simply has to be as far as Arsenal are concerned. Do me a favor and hit the like button, people. Let's make sure that we hit subscribe. We're doing unbelievable on the subs, by the way. You guys are absolutely mad. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. At the moment, we are so close to 45K. In fact, we're only 58 away from 45K. Just 58 subscribers away from 45K. So hit the like button. And make sure you hit subscribe. Big up to my guy, Ash. Great to bump into you on Saturday, my bro. Really did enjoy that. It was a great, good banter. And do you know what? Brilliant company. And had a great laugh with you, man. So pleasure to see you. And I hope you're doing well, mate. And I hope that you are enjoying the sunshine like everyone else. Because, wow, it's been a scorchio today. So make sure you're careful out there, people, because I tell you what, you can get serious sunburn. I've seen some absolute horrors and heard some horror stories over the last couple of days where people have said, it's all right. I won't need to put any of the old suntan lotion on. I'll be fine. And then they're beetroot. So, yeah, go careful. Make sure you drink plenty and sit in the shade and chill. You know, I've sat in the shade today in my garden and it's been steaming still. So you don't need to have the absolute blistering sunshine for it to be nice and warm and relaxing for you. So enjoy that. So like, subscribe, and match bingo. Match bingo needs to be done. QR code scanned, link in the live chat or in the description. Make sure you download the app. Credit £5. You can play. The cards will be there for you. I see Curtis is on it today as well. I watched his stream and he's on match bingo also. If those of you watching the game right now have done it, then please let me know if you win. And also, if you haven't done so, then make sure you get it. You can, if you are a nutter and want to stay up, if you're in the UK, till 2 a.m. to watch the Man City game tonight or the early hours of this morning, you can get a card for that game, or just wait till tomorrow. I think it's Real Madrid Juventus tomorrow night, so maybe that's a good one to get it for. So make sure you do that. Big up to Sophie and all of the mods that are in here today. Big up to everyone that's in the live chat and, of course, everyone that's listening on Catch Up. We're going to be talking today about Eze. It looks like this one could be nearing. We're also going to be talking a little bit about a striker that Arsenal have not been interested in until now, which is very interesting for me, because what does that mean for the other two we've been chasing for most of this? We are going to talk a little bit, Sophie's going to hate me, and the Newcastle fans, about Alexander Isak rumours. Now, I personally think that's all it is. However, we do need to discuss it because the information received today is that he's not going to be signing a contract at Newcastle as people thought he might. So let's talk about that rumor. Is that reliable? Is that a load of waffle? We're going to talk about it. And what does that mean if he isn't going to sign for Liverpool? For Newcastle. Is it Liverpool that he wants to go to? Is it Arsenal, or is he actually quite happy at Newcastle? So, yeah, used to it, Dan, Sophie. Do you know what? Get used to it, Newcastle fans, and take it as a compliment. Because trust me, us Gooners had to do that all the time. Yeah? Us Gunners fans had to sit there and listen to Alexis Sanchez go in, and then he did. Fabregas go in, and then he did. Van Persie. Trust me, it happens. Get used to it. Hopefully, for your sake, he stays. And there is actually strong rumors suggesting that he is actually going to stay at Newcastle. And I still truly believe that's where he's going to stay. But we are going to talk about it as well. A lot of people saying Calvert-Lewin is coming to Arsenal. Let's just calm down. That's not happening. All right. That is not happening. We are going to talk a little bit about Mosquera as well, because there are rumors of that. Thomas Partey's departure as well. Get thoughts on that. And get involved in the chat, man. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Any comments, any super chats. I'll put some polls up in a bit. And let's talk a little bit about where we are at. So now we're locked in. We'll start. Nearly 400 people in here. Let's get that up to 250 likes, people. I believe in you. Hit the like and subscribe. And it's free. Okay, let's talk now about Eze. I'm a big fan. I really like him. I think he's a baller. Let's talk about what Romano has said today. It came out from him. It was tweeted from him earlier this morning/afternoon that we were interested in Eze, and it does sound like we are. So Romano has suggested that Arsenal have had a meeting with the agents of Eze over the weekend. Apparently, it was Saturday that we'd spoken to Eze's camp. It was an important meeting because Arsenal wanted to start discussing the players' side about eventual conditions of the deal. Arsenal have all the information on the release clause, the installments, and all of the information from the players' side now. Salary, the whole package, Arsenal are now informed. It was quite a positive meeting. The player is not close to a move, but he would be open to joining Arsenal. Arsenal are busy with several things, but we have to now add Eze to that. Arsenal are pushing and working quite strong on this one. So let's break this down. First of all, let's do a poll. Who in the chat believes Eze would be a good signing? Should Arsenal sign Eze? And this will change soon. I'm going to do another poll in a minute. Just want to get your first thoughts. First of all, yes or no? Would Eze be a good signing for Arsenal? I believe he would be. Some people may suggest that actually we should be going for somebody else, but I think he would be a good signing. Some actually don't rate Eze. Some people don't. I think he'd be a really good signing, personally, but we'll go. Charlie, big up to you, my bro. Blue brother, make sure you follow my boy Charlie. All things Chelsea. Says Potts, you're not worried about Forest coming in, bro. Wolfie, of course, believes that Forest are in for Eze. So let's see if they are serious about it. I don't believe that they will be on for him. Big up to you, Charlie. Legend, bro. Let's break it down a bit, right? So we've spoken to his camp. We've had a meeting with him. Over the weekend, it sounds like it's been positive. What's really important here, though, is not just what we've been speaking about in terms of what it says here, discussing the players' side conditions of the deal. We've spoken about everything, it seems. So Romano suggests that we've spoken about all information in relation to release clause, the installments, everything from the players' side, salary, whole package. That apparently has been spoken about. Now, whether we've agreed on all of that or not, I don't know, right? But his release clause is 68 million. They're obviously wanting to try and get him for less than that. But the installments is quite interesting because usually the release clause means you pay the majority up front, right? But now what it is when you look at the ability of Eze and the quality of him at 27 years old, he's ready now. So I don't really care if it's a lump sum or an installment. But as soon as I heard installments, I thought, yeah, this is Arsenal all over. We love an installment. Now, their rumours are that it's going to be 3 installments, 20 million plus an £8 million add-on. And if that is the case, it does sound very Arsenal-like. I think he's actually worth that much. I know it's mad to say that, but if Havertz is worth 65 and Mount is worth 65, Eze definitely is, right? And people will say that that's a lot of money. Of course it is. You're not going to get a player of Eze's quality, Premier League proven, 27, in his prime, that's going to be 40 quid, right? You've got to look at it properly, yeah? For me, it would be a no-brainer. I think this one makes so much sense, right? I'm a big fan of it. 68 million, that's a hell of a lot of money. But you name me another midfielder. Like, look at Kudus today. Yeah? West Ham are looking at between 70 and 80 million. Like, come on, man. Tottenham are preparing 50 to 60. Because let's be real, that's how much he's worth, right? Eze is probably in the similar ilk to that. I think he's better than Kudus. I think he's got more versatility. I think he can actually play wide right and wide left, as well as number 10 and as well as attacking 8. I'm not so sure that Kudus has as number of positions as that. But what I will say is, I think Eze has proven this season and previous that he leaves Kudus dead in the water when it comes to goals and assists. In fact, let me look at that now. Because George reckons that Kudus is a better signing. He's obviously saying that now because they're linked with him, right? But if you look at Eze's stats for Crystal Palace in the last 3 years, right? 22-23, 10 goals, 4 assists. 23-24, 11 goals, 4 assists. And last season, 8 goals, 8 assists. So we've got 14 goals and assists, 15 goals and assists, 16 goals and assists. And he's always fit. People say he's got injury problems. He played 38 Premier League games 3 years ago, 34 Premier League games this season, and 27 last season. So 27 last season's meant I think he had a groin strain or something wrong with his hamstring or something like that. So he missed 10 games, which is a big chunk of the season. when you look at it in terms of league games. It's like a quarter of the season missed. But that's the only time he's missed in the last 3 years. Previous to that, when he first came on the scene, he got 4 goals and 6 assists. And then he had 1 year where he was really injured, where he only played 13 games, got a goal and assist, and that was in the 21-22 season. So in the 5 seasons that I've just read out, he's had 1 really bad injury and 1 which kept him out for a handful of games. So injuries is not a massive issue, right? Now you compare that to Kudus in the last 3 seasons. Let's take a look at Kudus' stats. His stats for West Ham, 8 goals, 6 assists, 5 goals, 3 assists, right? Before that, at Ajax, he had 11 goals, 3 assists. So in the Premier League, for the last 3 years where he's been, he has outdone Kudus, basically. And Kudus is going to be seen as a lot more money than Eze. So this would be a brilliant signing. Really good signing. For me, it has to happen. I'm sorry, I think this now has to happen. I'll be devastated if he goes anywhere else after getting this close to him, because I think he's coming in as a player who can play in a few positions. And what I mean by that is not the actual positions on the field. I mean, he can be good competition for a lot of players. If we just got Eze, he could compete with the left-hand side. If we just got Eze, he could definitely compete with Erdegaard's position. And if I'm honest with you, if there's a game where Rice plays in the 6 because Zubimendi's out or suspended or injured or whatever it be, then Eze can come into the Rice position with Erdegaard, or Erdegaard can move to the 8 and Eze can play in the 10. He can cover for Saka. He's played wide right before. He's played wide left before. He's played number 10 before. He's played attacking midfield before. This is a player that can be very, very useful to us. He's 27, Premier League proven, at his prime, getting into the England setup. He's an Arsenal fan. He was at Arsenal as a youth academy, obviously left at 12 years old. I'm a big fan of Kudus, if you can't work it out already. And it sounds like you are too. We've got 90% of you in the chat saying, yes, sign him. In fact, we've got 89% of you that are saying yes and 11% that are saying no. The 11%, I'll be interested to know why you wouldn't sign him. Anybody that has put no, write in the chat now the reason why you would not want to sign Eze. And I'm not talking about because I want to find somebody better. If I was to say to you, we are getting him, there's no other attacking midfield player we're getting, Eze is the guy. Would you say yes or no? Or would you rather just not have Eze because he's not good enough? That's what I want to know. Yeah? He ain't world class. Okay? There's not going to be many players that are world class that we can get. But, you know, they're probably rivals, someone says. Arsenal want Eze and Madueke. Yeah, the Madueke rumour has gone away, luckily. I did see something earlier bringing it back up again, but I was sure that was done. I hope that is not coming away. Where are we? Like him as a number 10, but not as a winger. I voted yes. Don't blame me. No, fair enough. He doesn't excite me. Okay. Movement and skill set is average. Well, let's go back. He doesn't excite you. I agree with that. I don't think this Eze signing would be, wow, Arsenal are ready. Shut the door. Shut the window now. Nothing else has to happen. Arsenal are ready. I think this has to be as well as a Rodrygo and Gyökeres. But I'll come to that in a minute. Movement and skill set is average. I actually disagree with this. I think he's technically gifted. He's creative. He scores goals. He sets up goals. He, for me, was head and shoulders the best player in the FA Cup final against the Manchester City side. And in the semi-final, he scored as well as in the final. He's brilliant, man. He's brilliant. Apparently, they're all rivals, the 11%. You can see they're all rivals. Yeah, to be fair, the ones I brought up, you can see they are. So, look, I think he'd be a good signing. But let me come back on that point I've just made, right? Because there's a couple of points I've made. If we do sign Eze, I truly believe it would be a brilliant signing. But it wouldn't excite me as a signing alone. If I was to say to you, we're bringing in a striker, let's not go there about who it would be, right? We'll come to that in a bit. Arsenal was signing a striker. We're bringing in Zubimendi and Norgaard. We're bringing in Kepa. We're bringing in Mosquera, potentially getting a couple other squad players. If Eze comes in along with a striker and that's it, I actually don't get excited. For example, if we bring in Sesko and Eze, that does not raise the bar. That does not take us across the line. That does not replicate goosebumps quoted by Arteta. That's not a goosebumps summer. Eze's a very good player. Sesko's got potential. Let's just say it how it is, though. That would not excite me like it would some people. because I still think that we need more there. The only position we've strengthened is our squad. Because does Eze start over Martinelli? Probably, but it's a bit of a flip of a coin. Some games yes, some games no. Does Sesko start ahead of Havertz? I don't think he will, according to Mikel Arteta. Will be moulded in. So really, we haven't actually got a starting 11 that's any different to the one that we've just had this season just gone. So that's why Gyökeres, Rodrygo, Rodgers, these are the sort of names I want to be bringing in, because they all go into the first team. And even some would say maybe they don't with some of those names I've mentioned. Would Morgan Rodgers play in the first team for Arsenal every game? No. I don't think Eze would. But Gyökeres and Rodrygo would. So it's interesting for me. And I think Eze, at that much money, you'd like to think would probably come in and start. But if he's starting, it's on the left. He won't start ahead of Odegaard. I think he could, but Arteta won't start him ahead of Odegaard. No chance. Arteta won't play Rice in the 6 and Eze in the 8. No chance. So how does he get into this first 11? The left wing. He starts ahead of Martinelli. If we bring in Eze and we bring in Rodrygo alongside, Rodrygo plays left. Where does Eze play? Well, he's on the bench. Unless you believe he can displace Odegaard. And I think with his recent lack of consistency and performances, yeah, I think Odegaard could be droppable. But I don't think Arteta sees him as droppable. I think he could be subbed, and we could play the majority of the second half with Eze in the attacking role in games. But let's be real. Odegaard's the captain, and he's Arteta's guy, and he's his leader. He ain't dropping him for Eze. Let's just be real. But I do think that it's a realistic target for us. There's nobody that can tell me that the Crystal Palace winger / attacking midfielder does not want to come to Arsenal. Now, Spurs are in for him as well. Romano has suggested that that's the case. But Tottenham have been heavily linked with Kudus today. And it looks like they're now turning their attention to Kudus over Eze. I don't think they'll go for both. If I'm honest with you, I don't think that Tottenham will spend 120 million in those positions. I think they'll look to go for midfield balance in like terms of the defensive balance and maybe another like out-and-out winger. I'm not sure Eze and Kudus are out-and-out wingers. I think they're more attacking midfielders. And they've already got Maddison and Kulusevski. Kudus looks like he could be on the move. West Ham look like they could let him go for around 60 million. Saudi are interested. Chelsea are interested. I believe Newcastle were inquiring at one stage, and obviously Spurs have inquired today. With Eze, it's only really been Spurs and Arsenal. There were kind of loose links with Newcastle, United and Liverpool, but it doesn't look like they've continued. It looks like they've dipped now. And now that Manchester United have got Mbeumo and Cunha, I don't think they'll go for Eze either. As well as. And I'm not sure that he'd want to go to Manchester United over Arsenal. If I'm honest with you, he's probably got more chance of going to Tottenham now over Manchester United because they got Champions League football. So I think Eze, as an Arsenal fan, as a youth prospect at Arsenal, as a youth academy player at Arsenal, probably wants to prove a point that actually he can still get back into this setup. And I think it would be a really good signing. I'm a big Eze fan. And I have been for quite some time, if I'm honest. I really like him. I think he's an excellent player. And I think that it will be interesting now to see what happens. I really do. Then we come into the actual installments. And this was from Team News and Ticks, who is suggesting that there could be some form of payment structure or installments that could be set into it. And of course, Eze's release clause is 68 million. It can be paid in 3 installments. 20 million pounds of an installment with 8 million in add-ons. So that would be over a 3 installment period. We have made contact with Eze's reps over the weekend, and the club are informed on the conditions of a potential deal. Now, you don't touch base with a club. You don't get told reliably by Romano that we've met with a camp if we ain't really that bothered. We're clearly in for Eze. We clearly believe we can get him. And it sounds like Eze's quite happy. It does sound positive. It does sound like it's a deal that can be made happen. And I hope now that we get it done, because for me, I'd be really disappointed if we got to this kind of stage or level and he doesn't come through. I'll be really disappointed because I think he's a top player, very creative. I think he's technically gifted. He has got that kind of pace and power. I like the fact that he's direct. He's got intent to go forward and drive. I think he can play in a number of positions. I don't think he's as good on all positions. I think he's better as a number 10 or maybe an attacking 8. I think he'd cook for us in that role. Left wing, I like him, but for me, he's kind of okay there, if that makes sense. So I do believe that this could be versatility and squad depth. I really do. And if you look at it, we've kind of done that, haven't we? Kepa, squad player. Mosquera, squad player. Jorel Harto being linked, squad player. Norgaard, squad player. And now we're looking at, alongside Zubimendi, who's finally going to be one that starts, Eze, who I do believe could be a squad player. I really do. I mean, he'll play loads of games because we've got loads of games. But I've got to be honest, like, I don't see him as a regular starter at Arsenal. But we do need him big time because Erdegaard, Saka, Martinelli, if I dare say it, Declan Rice, we haven't really got that player with athleticism, with drive, with goals, with creativity, with spark. He has that little bit about him. Then he scored a brilliant goal at the Emirates, brilliant goal in the FA Cup final, good goal in a semi-final. He scored brilliant goals over the years for Crystal Palace. Big fan. Big fan. So I hope this happens. Like, I really hope this happens. It would be one that I'm really happy about. I'm intrigued about. I'm interested about. It wouldn't excite me to the level of goosebumps, but certainly a fan. Big fan. So let's hope that it is something that, you know, the Arsenal camp are looking to do, because I really want to see that. Like, I really want to see that. Okay, let's take a look at the next bit of news when we come to left wing. This one's going to carry on. I'm sorry, this one's going to just keep going on and going on and going on. And I'm, of course, talking about the Real Madrid winger, Rodrygo. I'll be real with you, chat. I think he is staying at Real Madrid. I think he's staying at Real Madrid. I've got to be honest. I just think he is. And I think Xavi Alonso wants him to stay. I think Rodrygo probably does want to stay at Real Madrid. I think we need to now be realistic about our opportunities and see that if this is serious, we test the water soon. I would love nothing more than yesterday, today, tomorrow, we just lump in €100 million bid. There it is. It's on the table. It's £85 million. Take it or leave it. And I genuinely do think that Real Madrid will at least pause and go, oh, interesting. I don't think he's going, but I do think there's potential for some leeway, because this would not just be lingering around. It would have gone away by now. He would have had his chat by now. That was 3 weeks ago. He would have been playing regularly in the Club World Cup, scoring goals, showing people why he should be staying there, telling people why he's happy. Yeah, there's been some white hearts and stuff apparently on some of his social media, but let's just be real. If he is available, Arsenal must. Now, I've seen some people say they prefer Lookman. Some people say they prefer Rafael Leao. Some people say they prefer Eze. Let me be clear. We need Eze and Rodrygo. We would need Eze and Morgan Rogers, or Eze and Lookman. For me, personally, I think we need 3 attackers. One of them's a striker, one of them's a left winger, and one of them's an attacking midfielder. I just can't stress that enough. I can't. So I think we need both. And if I'm honest with you, I put in a poll earlier. I think there's quite a few. Would you rather this striker or this winger or this striker or this winger? Eze or Rodrygo? I think Rodrygo wins, right? Let me put it in the poll. Because I think we need both, but I don't think we're going to get both. Which would you prefer at Arsenal? Rodrygo or Eze? You can't have both. I want both, but I just don't believe we're going to get both. So give me your honest opinions. Which would you prefer at Arsenal, Rodrygo or Eze? You can only have one, right? We obviously want both, and we need both. See, that's closer than I thought. So around 60-40. Yeah, no, a lot of people, more people saying Rodrygo now, 65-35. Wow, it's nearly gone to 70-30 now. So yeah, it's looking like Rodrygo is the guy that they want. And that's because he would be a marquee signing, right, guys? He would be the like, wow. I keep saying it. Last time we did that, Ozil, Sanchez, Aubameyang. Marquee signing for me, Rodrygo. Now, I appreciate that Eze might be a little bit more versatile because he can play centrally and attacking. I'm not so sure that Rodrygo can do that. He can definitely play right wing and left wing. But Eze, I don't think he is that level of quality. Rodrygo's 24, Eze's 27. Yes, Eze's Premier League proven, but Rodrygo's doing it at Champions League level and at Real Madrid, where he's won everything at 24. So it is a little bit of different in quality of levels. It levels of quality, in my opinion. How's the poll doing? We've had 164 votes. I thought we'd have more than that. There's about 1,100 people in here. And it's nearly 70-30. I've got to be honest, that's mad. Make sure you do me a favor, people, because there's 1,155 of you in here to be exact. And we've only just got over 200 likes, which is mad. Let's get that up to 500, please, people. Come on. And there's only 51 of you that need to hit subscribe, because then I can hit 45K on here. Just 51 people to hit subscribe and like. That's all I ask, yeah? 51 of you out of 1,180 there is in here now. Just 51 of you to hit subscribe and we hit 45K. Come on, we can do that on stream together. There must be a lot of you that ain't subscribed. So just hit subscribe. It's free. Even if you don't watch me ever again, or at least you can be part of this celebration tonight. So 51 people hit subscribe. Come on. The mods are doing their job to get you all. There we go. Done. Legend. Let me know in the chat once you've done it as well. Hero. I know most of you hit like that are here regularly, but if you can hit subscribe as well, that'd be amazing. I'd really appreciate that. Rodrygo, I've got to be honest, I'm a big fan. I really want him. He's the one player that would get me excited. He's the one player that I think would give most of the Arsenal fans a lift, a little bit of a kind of goosebumps moment. The hair on the back of your neck raises. I think that is the sort of signing. I don't think that we can be unrealistic, but I actually do believe Rodrygo is a realistic signing. If we were going for Mbappe, yeah, like I'd understand why people were laughing. If we were going for Lewis-Skelly, who's just won the treble, I'd be going, fair play. Even if we were going, dare I say it, for Rafinha, I'd be saying, not sure. But we're going for Rodrygo, who's a player who's making rumbling noises about potentially being unsettled. Real Madrid have got Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe and Brahim Diaz and Arda Güler. It's not like they don't have anybody. I think it might be realistic and more realistic than you think. Now, what do I think? I think he's staying. But I'd love him. Ryan says, stop playing FIFA, man. I love this. I think he's being sarcastic. Yeah, stop playing FIFA. That's all you get told. Stop playing FIFA. And then Liverpool and City go spend 300 million playing FIFA. They want Isak. They've got Wirtz. They've got Kirkes. They've got Frimpong. They've got Mamardashvili. They're getting Mark Gay. You've got Manchester City Reinders. They've got Ryan Cherky. They've got Ait Nouri. And then Arsenal are like, it's not FIFA. Come on, we're still trying to get 60 million together for Sesko. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. When they play FIFA, we have to play FIFA. Otherwise, we get left behind. Let's do some super chat, shall we? Richard, you're a legend. Everyone's talking about strikers and left wingers. No one's mentioning that Arteta might be happy with Havertz. And who's that? Oh, Gabriel Martinelli as a striker and left winger. And isn't seeking to replace him, which I think is true. Arteta loves Havertz. I think Arteta has his favourites. I think Berta is coming in to try and mess things up like that a bit. You can't have favourites in this game. You don't win anything having favourite players. Yeah? He's all right to be ruthless enough with Aaron Ramsdale and with Aubameyang and with Ozil and all the other guys. You've now got to be ruthless with Kai Havertz. Kai, squad player. Sorry. Next. Zinchenko. Goodbye. Jesus. Goodbye. Tomiyasu. Goodbye. I know they're not going to go because they're injured, but they've got to go as soon as possible. Right? Kivior, you want first team football? Goodbye. We'll bring in Harto. Fabio Vieira, not good enough. Goodbye. Lokonga. Goodbye. These are players we have to get rid of. They cannot be staying here. We can't be keeping these players. No more sentimental stuff, man. This is business. Let's get it done. Crazy. Big up to you, Rich, as well, because you've put, mate, you're a legend. 10 memberships. Rich has gifted 10 memberships, man. You're a legend. You don't have to do this. I really appreciate all of you. And I really appreciate all of you just hitting like and subscribe. But those of you that are super chatting and donating, wow, just wow. Thank you so much, because that means unbelievable amount. And to get 10 new members today, you guys are mad. Absolutely mad. What do we need? 23 more people to hit subscribe. Just 23 more people to hit subscribe, and we'll hit 45k tonight. I believe in you guys. I believe in you guys. Carrington says, Dan, if we got all the players we're close to signing, plus Harto, Eze, Sesko, and Rodrygo, is that enough for you? I'd be disappointed with Sesko, but if that's the guy they want, that's the guy we want. Kepa, meh. Zubamendi, yes. Norgaard, whatever. Mosquera, yeah. Harto, yes. Eze, yes. Rodrygo, yes. You change Sesko with Gyökeres, and I will give that 8.5 out of 10 window. Very close to a 9 out of 10. I never give 10s because that's like, wow, we're going to win the quadruple, right? So that would be, for me, an 8.5 out of 10 because we've got the striker, we've got the left winger, we've got the attacking midfielder, we've got the two central midfielders, we've got the two centre-half backups, and the goalkeeper. That's 8 players. You've got to be happy if them come in. I'll be absolutely stunned if we get all 8. Absolutely stunned. But I do want Gyökeres over Sesko, but we are going to come to that in a minute. But big up to you, man. Big up to you. Yeah, look, Sesko, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep saying I'm sorry, but I really am sorry. I really am. Okay. Next super chat is from Suj. Big up to you, my bro. It says, big up, Dan. Over 850 in here. Hit the likes, chat. Well, guess what? There's 1,200 of you exactly. 1.2k in the building. And right now, with likes, we are on... Oh, my God, my computer is so slow. 367. Let's get that up to 1,000 likes by the end of the stream. I'm sure we can do it. And then we hit subscribe. How many more subscribers do we need for 45? 13. 13. Come on. 13 more subscribers, and we've hit 45. Come on. Chaitanya says, get me Julian Alvarez in this team. Break the bank. Do you know what? He's in my 4. Osimhen and Alvarez are the other 2 alongside Isak and Gyökeres. I would 100% take. Some people would add Ekitike to that. No, not for me. Sesko to that. No, not for me. Jonathan David and Mateta and not for me. Those are the 4. Chaitanya, I'm with you. I think Julian Alvarez would be phenomenal for Arsenal. I think he'd be a really good player. And I actually think he'd be perfect for what Mikel Arteta wants, which is kind of a false 9/striker. And I think that's what Julian Alvarez could be for Arsenal. I want a prolific number 9, but I tell you what, if I couldn't get the out-and-out 30-goal scorer striker and I had to get one in that mould, Julian Alvarez for me. He's already Premier League proven with Manchester City. I know people might look at it and think it's another Jesus move, but Manchester City didn't get rid of him because he wasn't good enough. They got rid of him because he wanted first-team football, and Haaland he wasn't going to get in front of. So he had to go. They played him alongside Haaland, if you remember, in the attacking 10, and he actually did really well. So for me, that would be a phenomenal signing. Absolutely phenomenal signing. So I don't think he wants to leave Atletico Madrid. And with the players they're bringing in, I'm not sure that he wants to either, because they're bringing in some ballers, Atletico Madrid. They really are. Sasha, Review Man Grove, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. And also thank you so much for the super chat. Manchester City fan from South Africa here, but love your show. Brother, thank you so much, man. Can't believe you're a City fan and you're watching me. Legend. Thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate you, Sasha. And thank you for becoming a member. That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. So I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And if you do enjoy the show, hit like and subscribe, because we're going to hit 45. We're 3 away, man. 3 away from 45k. 3 people hit subscribe and we've done it. Come on. I'm sure we can hit 45 whilst we're on stream now. I am sure. You guys are mad. So yeah, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let's move on. Let's shut that poll down, because a lot of people said they preferred Rodrygo over Eze. 60% of you said Rodrygo. 40% of you said Eze. I think we all know that it's probably going to be likely to be Eze, but let's be real. We want both, right? We want both. Like, we're greedy over at Arsenal because we can afford to be greedy. We've hit 45k, people. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you that has hit subscribe today. I really do. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the comments today. Thank you for all the likes and the subscribes. You guys are legends, man. I can't believe we've hit 45k. That is absolutely scary. To hit that this quickly, I never thought that would happen. Just 5k away from the big 5-0 now. Just 5k away from the big 5-0. Crikey. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much, mods. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for allowing everyone for the message to be sent, to hit like and subscribe. I know it gets on people's nerves. They just want to hear content. But if you can hit like and subscribe, we don't have to keep shouting it out. That's what I will say. So big up to you guys. Big up to Rabadam as well. Become a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, if I'm honest with you, you members are legends, to be fair. Got a lot of time for every single one of you. So yeah. Andrew says, I told you the 50k will be easy. Do you know what? I would never have believed you when it was at 5k that 50k would be this quickly coming around the corner. So big up to you, man. Big up to Suj as well, every single time. Regular in here, regular super chat, a regular listener. Says, congrats on 45k, 50k incoming. Big up the chat. Look, this is what I love. It's one of my favorite shows, this, every night, because I can just sit and talk to the community. And some of you aren't even Arsenal fans, and I love that. You know, you got Sophie in here, is a diehard Newcastle fan. Just seen that Sasha's a Man City fan. We've got Wolves fans in here, Liverpool fans in here, regular United fans in here, even Tottenham fans coming here, West Ham fans, Chelsea fans. Big up to you all, man. Real talk. Because as much as it's all rivalry and it's all tribalism, what it is love. This community is mad at 12th man. So I really do say thank you, and I really do mean that. So yeah, big up to every single one of you, man. It's been a blast. It really has. It's been a blast. Interesting bit of news today from Sky Sports from Phil Giles. Now, this guy was actually wanted by us when we looked at the sporting director stuff. And I remember Phil Giles being mentioned as a name that potentially Arsenal were looking at to replace Edu. Apparently, according to Sky Sports News, he's been speaking about Norgaard. And he says that Arsenal approached us about Norgaard, and as it stands at the minute, I think it's more likely to happen than not. I'm happy for him. He's earned the opportunity to try and win trophies. Now, what I'll say quickly about Norgaard, right? I don't actually hate this signing. Some people seem to believe that I went over the top and was out of order. And no, he's a good footballer. I've spoken to Matty, a Brentford fan from here, who you all know, Matty Clerkin. He said he is a very good player. Very good player. He's a leader. He's got presence. He's a very good holding midfielder. I just don't think that Partey and Zubimendi is worse than Norgaard and Zubimendi. That is all it is. That is all it is. It's like if we signed Ollie Watkins. I wouldn't lose my head. But it's like a Norgaard signing for me. It's like a signing that's going to come in and not be guaranteed first team football. He couldn't even hold down a definite starting position at Villa instead of John Duran and these guys. So he's not going to hold down a definite starting, and Rashford and co. He's not going to do that with Havertz and co, with Arteta, especially with Jesus comes back. So we need the starter to be the striker that we go, wow. And I'm just not sure that Arteta is going to do that. And that was the super chat earlier that I read out. Another couple of super chats here as well that are coming in. Big up to everyone that's putting in the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Where are we? Hang on a minute. Sue says, congratulations. I think we've just done that one, so it must be this one. Rabadam says, Liverpool fan here. I'm just here to gather info on Arsenal, but seriously, I like the sobriety of your analysis. I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And do you know what? The way Liverpool are moving, I think it might be going back to back, my bro. I think you might be. Yaxi, thank you for the super sticker as well. I really appreciate that. And let's get to it. Let's get to it. There is definitely stuff happening on the 1st of July, which people keep getting confused about. Nothing is actually happening on the 1st of July. We believe that signings would be announced on the 1st of July, right? That's what we believed that we'll be looking at. I wanted to go through this because this was something that was brought to my attention today, right? And Don was actually taking the mick out of us. Funny that. Surprise. He always seems to do that. But these are the kind of club record sales. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to Liverpool is the club record sale for Arsenal of 35 million. And then you look at the other teams, right, that have got more than 35 million. You'll be stunned, right? Manchester City, Bournemouth. Sorry, what am I talking about here? The teams that have got more than 35 million pounds are, right, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brighton, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, West Ham, and Wolves. So I'm looking at this now, looking at our sales, thinking, goodness me, only ahead of Brentford, Sunderland, and Burnley. So Arsenal are ahead of the 2 relegated sides that came up, other than Leeds, right? And level with Newcastle. What is happening here? That's disgusting. Now, I'm not saying that I'd want to go and sell Saliba for 150 million so that we can now be good at selling. My point is, there has been some players that we have got rid of over the years for pennies, mate. Pennies. Emi Martinez, 17 million. Bernd Leno, 3 million. Hector Bellerin, Barcelona offered 45 million for him once. We sold him for about 8. Matteo Guendouzi, PSG and Barcelona were prepared to offer us 35 to 40 million. We kept him for 2 years, said he was a stroppy bastard, and sold him for 10 million. Aubameyang, we gave him away. Players that we gave away, Ozil, Mustafi, Kolasinac, at least get something for them. The only players that we've actually got any money for that were half decent was Balogun, Joe Willock, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Nicholas Anelka, and Mark Overmars. I think they're the top 5 sales. And Mark Overmars and Anelka went in the 90s and 2000s. It's absolutely mad. I can't believe that we've managed to just let these players go. Kieran Gibbs, we'll give you 17 million. West Brom. Nah, we want to keep him for a year. Sold him for 7. Maitland-Niles, 20 million to Wolves. Nah, you're all right. We'll give him to, where was it, Lyon for a few million. We've been really bad with player sales, really bad. We need to get better with him. And it'll be interesting this summer because I don't think anyone's going for mad money. I don't think anyone's going for more than 35 million. I don't think we're going to find a seller or a buyer, for Martinelli. I think he's on way too much wages a week. I don't think Zinchenko's getting us much money. I don't think Vieira's going to get us 35 million. Neither Zinchenko. Kivior potentially could get us close to it. Could probably sell him for 30. But I don't think we're getting much more than that, if I'm honest. I mean, that's a really, really expensive centre-half in terms of quality, in my opinion. I think he's a good player. But is he a ridiculously good player? I'm not so sure. So, yeah. Name me some players in the chat that we can get rid of for 35 million that you'd want to sell. Name me them, because I don't know many that get me 35 million that I want to sell. We're not going to get 35 million for Fabio Vieira. We're not going to get 35 for Lokonga, Zinchenko. As I say, probably not Kivior. There's only Martinelli. Havertz, that's a good shout. I'd sell him for 35 million. Definitely. Give me 35 million for Havertz. You can take him. By Leverkusen. They've got a load of money now. Yeah. Martinelli, I think the only realistic is probably Saudi or Bayern Munich, if I'm honest. So, it's mad. Newman, big up to you, bro. Look at this. Listen to this. This is absolutely mad. Jorginho, Partey, El Neni, Cedric, Maitland-Niles, Lacazette, Pablo Murray, Aubameyang, Kolasinac, Mustafi, Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Welbeck, Ramsey, Cazorla, Wilshere, Sanchez, Rosicky, Flamini, Diaby, and Fabianski all went for nothing. Oh my God. That is scary. Jorginho was on mad money. And to be fair, we should have sold him last year and got some money for him. Partey we should have even given on an option contract for 1 more year so he could stay with us. Or we should have sold last summer for money. El Neni we should have sold for a £5 million or whatever it was we bought for him and got that back. Cedric, likewise, we should have got like 5 million back for him. Maitland-Niles, we should have got 20 from Wolves. Lacazette, we should have got 25 from Lyon season before he went. Pablo, we should have got money for, literally money back for. Aubameyang, that is an absolute criminal. how you can pay £7 million so you can get rid of him, give him to Barcelona, and he goes to Chelsea for 15 million the season after. That's a joke. Kolasinac, I don't really care about, but we should have got something for. Mustafi, we paid him enough money for that guy. 35 mil, we got nothing back for him. Shocking. Ozil, awful deal. Mkhitaryan, swap deal with Sanchez, ridiculous. Danny Welbeck and Ramsey walked out on the same day together at the Emirates, and I thought they're going to sign. They both went on a free. Joke. Cazorla, still balling out now. Just got Oviedo to the La Liga. Crazy. Wilshere, come on, man. One of our best youth academy players. Nothing. Sanchez, swap deal with Mkhitaryan. Shocking deal. Thomas Rosicky. Matthew Flamini. Diaby, I understand, because of injuries. Fabianski actually left Arsenal, yeah, and was better for Swansea and West Ham than he was for Arsenal. This has been poor. Really poor. And this isn't even Mikel Arteta, by the way. Half of that was before him. This has been a running theme. Oxlade-Chamberlain went to Liverpool and won everything with him, right? And he was our record sale. It is disgraceful. 35 million. Look at those teams, man. Aston Villa, Bournemouth. Right, so the only teams are Brentford, Sunderland and Burnley. I actually can't believe this, you know. That is an absolute disgrace as far as I'm concerned. Absolute disgrace. But there has been some good news today, and me and Judges reported it earlier. It is probably the best signing so far. And it is, of course, that Arsenal have announced their new beer in the Emirates Stadium. It's no longer Camden Hells. Thank goodness. That stuff tastes like poison. And I always said every time I had one, it took me to hell. It is disgusting. I can't even drink the pale ale like my old man can. I used to go and get Magners because it is that disgusting. I mean, I'm a cider drinker now anyway. Used to be beer. But I can't deal with it. It's absolutely vile, that Camden Hells. But now we've announced a new global partnership with Asahi Superdry, the club's official beer partner. The partnership will see Asahi gain exclusive pouring rights for lager, ale and cider at the Emirates Stadium from the beginning of the 25-26. Oh, do they have cider? They have Asahi cider, do they? Might have to try that. Let's see. Asahi cider. Do they? No. Do they actually? Don't think they have cider. I don't think they have cider, but they have beer, that's for sure. So yeah, there we go. We're done. Cronky's doing bits, as they say. How much do we reckon the beer is going to be? Those of you that are in the stadium, in the chat that go to the stadium on a regular, have been to the stadium, have had a beer in the stadium or a season ticket holders, have a guess how much you reckon the pints will be. I don't know, because obviously we're not there yet. I reckon they'll be over £7 next season. I'm going to go 7.20. I genuinely, and I'm being realistic, I genuinely believe, I think they're 6.90 at the moment, unless I've got that wrong and I've just forgotten. But I'm sure they're about 6.90, just below 7. I think they'll be about 7.20 now. They'll say, Asahi's more expensive. £8, £9.43, 7 last season. There we go. So 7.20, I reckon it'll be. 7.50 is being guessed. Asahi's a quality beer. £9, Abdullah reckons. That's mad if it's £9. 7.50. Mum says there was 7 last year. Okay, fair play. 9, 9.43, 8. £10.16. That's very specific. £8 it will be. God, can you imagine if it's £8 for a beer? We're like, yay, it's Asahi. And then all of a sudden it's £8 quid. Mate, it's crazy. Can be £9 if... Here we go. Sophie reckons that Asahi in Newcastle is 6.50. There we go, man. So, do you know what? Now they need to change that crap food. Yes, Jay. Totally agree, man. Although the pie and mash is apparently nice. I've not had it, but apparently the pie and mash is quite nice now. They do. But yeah, some of that stuff is not good, man. The pizzas and the chicken nuggets they used to do. They need to do some more stuff, man. They need to just do normal like burger and chips or normal stuff that people eat at football games. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen. And I'd love it if they sold Guinness as well, by the way. A lot of people were drinking Guinness that I know. They would absolutely love that. So that's what I think they should do. But anyway, there we go. That's the food and drink at the Emirates. That is going to be upgraded and looked upon. So that's that. Then we move, of course, to the centre-back situation at Arsenal. I've got to be honest. I quite like the signing of this. I quite like the sound of this. And there's a number of reasons why. But Romano has said that Arsenal's opening proposal for Mosquera for 14 million euros was rejected. Arsenal will return to the table. They hope to get the deal done for something around 20 to 25 million euros. Mosquera said yes to contract terms offered by Arsenal. He said yes to Arteta and to Andrea Berta and to everyone at the club because he wants to go to the Premier League and he wants to go to Arsenal. Now, club to club, they're discussing negotiating, and I expect Arsenal to go very strong on this one once again. So that's from Romano's YouTube channel. Let's break this down. We went in with 14 million euros. It's not an insult, to be fair, but let's be real. We're never going to get him for that. It's about 12 million euros, I think, or 11 million euros, something like that. Sorry, 11 million pounds, something like that. I think they're going to look for 20 million euros. It's about 17 million pounds to get this one done. He is a player that's not scared to come in and fight for his place with Saliba and Gabriel there. He is going to learn off of Gabriel and Saliba as well. He can play on the right side of defence and on the left side centre-back as well. He has played at full-back as well, but I believe only at right-back. He doesn't look like a full-back. He looks like a centre-half. He's got that power and presence. He's very quick. He's very pacey. And from what I understand, he's highly rated. The reason I like this as well, though, is not just because we finally got some cover for Saliba. Well, and Gabriel, I suppose you can say as well. But I like it because Andrea Berta's involved. This is the first signing that I can officially say is not Arteta's. Apparently, he's had a lot to do with that. He's had a lot to say on, Mosquera coming to Arsenal. And it looks like this is one of the reasons he is pivotal on that. Andrea Berta's worked his magic on it. So let's see. Last time he worked his magic, he got players like Rodri through the door. He got players like Diogo Jota through the door before we'd even heard of him at Wolves or Liverpool. Cunha likewise. DePaul likewise. Vasalco. Shrewd business alongside that with the likes of Alvarez and Suarez and Villa and all these guys. But let's just be real. The ones we hadn't really heard of. I'd never heard of Rodri at Villarreal. He turned him into one of the best centre-back. Well, he didn't turn him into that, of course, but he bought what was going on to be the Ballon d'Or winner at centre-mid. Treble winner with Man City. So let's see what he can do. Let's just put the trust in Berta. That's all we can do, right? That's where I'm at. I think it could be a good chance to see. So yeah, hopefully he bites like a mosquito. Yeah, I see that. Big up to Dan. Make sure you go and follow him. Dan United. He's now got his YouTube channel up and running. Make sure you go subscribe to him, people. Dan's putting out literally daily, consistent stuff. And do you know what? It's tough right now for Man United because other than Buemo and Cunha, there ain't much else happening. And Man United this season, wow, no European football. I've been there. It's tough. But go show some love to Dan because he's just started up his channel. Let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers, people. I know you've been brilliant with me tonight. Yeah, hitting over 45K. We've got 45,028 that are now subscribed to Football's 12th Man. I just need 1,000 of you to click on to Dan United's channel and hit subscribe. That's all I need you to do. Let's get him monetized. Let's support him. He's been brilliant on here for the best part of 3 seasons now. So let's go show him some love, people. Right. Is there any more supers? No, I've done them for now. Okay, cool. Mosquera. I like it. I like it, people. I think it's good. It's easy money. Like 20 million euros. What's that? It's nothing. We then get back up to Saliba and Gabriel. Now, there's talk about Harto. Like, let's be honest. I would take that, but only if Kivior goes. There's no point of getting Harto if Kivior stays. I just don't see the point of that, really. We're just overloading ourselves again with defenders, which is not something we need. So that's not what I would take. Big up to you, Dan. You're welcome, mate. Come on. We've got a few people that have subbed to you. They've said they have already, so that's amazing. You'll get that love from 12th Man community. They'll come and support you, bro. 100%. Look, Kivior's fine, people. Kivior's fine. I've got no problem with Kivior. If he does go, we're going to need another left-sided centre-back. Because people will shout, Calafiori. But that means that Lewis-Skelly gets a knock. Calafiori's at left-back. Who plays left-sided centre-back? Do we have to bring Timber over to left-back and then put Calafiori at left-side centre-back? I don't want to do that. Just have 2 right-backs, 2 left-backs, 2 right-sided centre-backs, 2 left-sided centre-backs. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. So let's go and get it done. That's what I would say. Yeah. Bomba. Pepe from Porto. What have I missed? What bomber is that? There's not a bomber, is there? Who cares about Pepe from Porto? That's crazy. But yeah, there we go. Someone put in the link to Dan United's chat. Oh, DJ Denz has done it. You're a legend. Make sure you quickly click on that. Go hit subscribe and then come back and join me, people. Come on. Look. Defenders. We want attackers, right? We want attackers. And if I'm honest with you, I really need to see attackers coming in at Arsenal. Now, a lot of people will talk about Sesko. A lot of people will talk about Gyökeres. But it seems now that Arsenal are genuinely looking elsewhere. Now, I don't know if to believe this or not. This has come from the same reports that suggested that Sesko to Arsenal is getting done, then it's not getting done, then it's Gyökeres, then it's Sesko, then it's not Sesko. But now it looks like Hugo Ekitike is a serious option for Arsenal. Voices are saying that if Arsenal can't significantly negotiate a price for Gyökeres or Sesko, a higher fee would be required for a new striker anyway, then Ekitike will become a real attraction. Now, I'll say this. I like Ekitike. I think he can play left wing and striker. And he is looking like a Thierry Henry attribute-wise-esque player. Before people start saying he's going to be Thierry Henry, he really isn't, right? But he plays over that left-hand side is what I'm saying. A little bit like Alexander Isak, actually. I'll go with that. Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike look very similar in style. Obviously, Henry and Isak leave him dead in the water, but Ekitike looks like that style. Now, one day he might be anywhere, might be half as good as Thierry Henry, might be, I don't know, fairly close to Isak, right? Baby Isak is what people are saying. Yeah, that's true. But I don't want him. I take him alongside of one of the others, but I don't want him as the main guy. Liverpool were interested in him. Chelsea were interested in him. I think Manchester United were also interested in him. But what really frustrates me is the following. Everybody wants the same players. Everybody wants the same players. And we are so lost at the moment, people, about this striker situation. It's actually getting me deflated and underwhelmed by this. We're in a position where we want Ekitike, United want Ekitike, Chelsea want Ekitike, Liverpool want Ekitike. Then we go to the next striker. And people don't know if Sesko is going to go to Arsenal or Liverpool or Manchester United. People don't know if Gyökeres is going to Man United, Liverpool or Arsenal. People don't know if Isak's staying at Newcastle or going to Liverpool or Arsenal. No one has a clue. It's so annoying. Osimhen, no one's touching him. Why? Why is that? It's bizarre. But then, of course, the rumours came today, and Newcastle fans, close your eyes and ears. There's a load of stuff come out about Isak. And I have absolutely no idea what's happening with this, by the way. According to Di Marzio, Isak wants to leave Newcastle this summer. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see Isak wants to leave Newcastle. If this is why we've been stalling Arsenal, get it done. Breaking news, Isak wants to leave Newcastle this summer. Di Marzio, put him in an Arsenal shirt there. Looks quite nice, actually, don't it? Sorry, Newcastle fans. I know you get triggered by it. Isak would like to look at other options this summer because at the end of the season, he was promised by Newcastle and Eddie Howe that he could. However, Newcastle haven't acted seriously on Isak's wishes. Isak wants to leave Newcastle United this summer. Isak wants to leave Newcastle. I think Liverpool want Isak and Osimhen too. I mean, like, what is it? Isak wants to leave. Isak's contract with Newcastle is coming to an end. Thought widely that there's an opportunity for Liverpool here. Like, this is going to be spoken about for a long time. Long time. Now, I think these reports are shit. I think they're unreliable sources. And I don't think that we should be taking it much seriously. But I tell you what, if I had to be brutally honest, and I have no loyalty to Newcastle or Liverpool, I think Liverpool are putting in a bid. Doesn't mean he's going, but I think they're going to put in a bid, and I think they're going to put in a delicious bid. I think they're going to go mad. I think it's going to be something in the region of 1-2, 125. Now, I don't know if that's going to be acceptable for Newcastle or if they believe they can get 150, if they can believe they can get a record deal. The record deal sits at 120, isn't it? Or is it 117, is it, with Florian Wirtz? 120 would do it, basically, for records. So, I don't know. If there is any inkling that he's leaving, if there's any inkling that he wants to leave, which I don't think he does, I think he'll stay at Newcastle one more year and he'll end up in a Barcelona shirt. That's what I truly believe. right? The way Newcastle are moving is pretty slow at the moment. Let's see what summer they have. If they start bringing in players that you think, whoa, next level, then fair play. But I just don't think that Newcastle are going to go and get the Rodrigos and Gyökereses and Eze's and Kudus's of this world. I just don't think they're going to. They're not linked with them. They're linked with Elanga and Trafford, which, let's be real, is very underwhelming if I'm a Newcastle fan. I thought they were going to go mad this summer. Like I thought it was going to be title challenging for Newcastle, but it doesn't look like they're going to be. It looks like they're going for like a Xavi Simons. Is that's linked? That's true. That's a very good signing. I like Xavi Simons a lot. I take him at Arsenal. He's a very good squad player. I think he play on the right for Newcastle as well. Actually, do quite well. That's the sort of player they want. Not some of these names Newcastle linked with. I'm like, wow, you don't want that. Like you don't want that happening. But if there's an inkling that he wants to leave, Arsenal need to be in for it. Arsenal need to. Like he might choose Liverpool. And if I'm honest with you, I think he probably would choose Liverpool. And as an Arsenal fan, it hurts me to say it, but they're in a better position than us right now to win trophies. Why? Because they're winning trophies. We're being told one day we're going to. Well, he's going to look at that and think, well, how about I just do it now? And he's going to go and deliver. And he goes into Liverpool, trust me, they are going to win silverware galore this year. Not just a cup double. They're going to go mad across Europe. I think they could do a madness. Liverpool would have enough quality in their squad to win at least 2 trophies next season if they get Isak. I think everyone else is done. I think City and Arsenal would accept defeat. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't accept defeat. We're not going to roll over. But at the same time, I think we'd admit that they've got the strongest side. So that's where I'm at. I don't think Isak is going. Newcastle fans, chill out. It ain't me saying your boy's leaving. I appreciate what it's like. I've had it myself. Van Persie's going to Man United. Sanchez is leaving. Fabregas is going. Trust me, you've only really had Alan Shearer. Yeah? Where it was like, he's leaving, and he had the loyalty. There is no loyalty in football anymore, unfortunately. I didn't believe it. I'm like, no, I've seen Tony Adams. I've seen these players breathe it, live and die by this. Don't happen anymore. The days of Adams and Gerrard and Terry and Shearer are gone. They're absolutely done. So, I hope it don't happen. I hope it don't happen. The other thing I hope don't happen is that Isak says he stayed at Newcastle, which means Liverpool go for Gyökeres. And we just get Sesko because that's the one Arteta wants. I'll be devastated if that happens. I really would. I do not want to see Victor Gyökeres or Eze or Rodrygo in any other Premier League shirt other than Arsenal. I've just got to be honest. I do not want to see that. Like, that for me is just mad. I can't have that happen. Like, I just can't have that happen. So for me, Gyökeres is my number one. Rodrygo and Eze are the other 2 that I want to see at Arsenal. People might think that's unrealistic. Trust me, it is not. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. So, yeah, hopefully it can be something that happens. Let's send you over to the Highbury squad because I think Tom and Sophie are chatting at the moment. And Ben Jacobs. Is Ben Jacobs on? I think Ben Jacobs is on. There we go. Go and show them some love. Oh, they're just about to finish, I think. Oh, they're on at 9. Yeah, they're just about to finish, aren't they? They're going to be finishing any minute. Okay, let me send you to Aaron instead. Aaron talks. Where is it? Arsenal. There we go. Right, let's send you over to Aaron. Go show him some love, people. Go hit the like and subscribe to him. Thank you so much for 45k. I really appreciate all of your time tonight. And make sure you get Match Bingo, yeah? Scan the QR code. Click the link in the live chat or the description now. Get it downloaded. £5 for the cards. People are winning money. Curtis got a winner today. I think he was a gooner as well, actually. League table in my head is Newcastle are catching Arsenal, but both of them are catching Liverpool. Liverpool fans are winning this. So make sure that you go and get your card. And it ticks it off automatically, people. So you don't have to sit there with your dabber old school doing bingo. It just does it automatically for you. So £5 into your account. Let's get it sorted. And good luck with it. And let me know if you win. We're out of here. Go show Aaron some love. Go spam and say up the Arsenal 12th man raid. Dan Potts raid. Dan Potts sent me. Potsy raid. Whatever you want. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, people. We're out of here.